Hey, welcome to the Math Connects introduction for the K5 Math Connects textbook. This will be some online tools that you can get online to help you with doing the series and the curriculum. The easiest way for students and or yourself to get into this is to go to regular old Google and type in Math Connects. As you can see, I've been there before, so you click on the Math Connects. You'll see this mhschool.com. You can click on the Math Connects link and it'll take you right there. You will come up to the Math Homes student home screen, and there's different grade levels. The yellow one is the kindergarten, but if you scroll down just a little bit, you'll see all the grade levels. And I will use the grade 4 since that's what I'm familiar with. Once you get into that portion, you can see there's some different sections up here at the top. You got your student, your teacher, and your family resources. The student is probably the most productive for helping students access things inside class. The teacher section is lots of different tools and things that you can use, and the family link is similar. I haven't used a lot of those things, but they are there to access. I use mostly the student section, and the student section begins by once you've done your grade level, like grade level 4 here, you go in and you can pick any chapter through the 15, and we'll pick chapter 4, let's say, and then of course it's broke down per lesson on from the textbook, and so maybe we'll pick lesson 6 just for an example. Once you get beyond that, then it has preloaded all your lessons and activities for that particular chapter and lesson. You'll see some things that stay fairly constant in here. One of them is this online tool, StudentWorks Plus, which is an online version of their textbook. There is some things that you have to sign up and work with on that, but I believe you can access that stuff through some of the CD-ROMs as well. This multilingual glossary is just that. It is a glossary, an online version of the glossary in your book. And you can click on any of the grade levels, alphabetical, pull up click any of the things that gives just a regular glossary definition of what we're talking about, and usually a little picture. So that's a helpful tool. The kids are on the computers and need their glossary. The math tool chest is just that. It's got lots of different activities. I'll open that up.
Welcome to Math Tool Chest. To start, roll over a chest and select a tool.
Okay, once he gives his introduction, you can pick on any of the treasure boxes and pull out any of the activities, and they're kind of good formulation and play areas for kids. As
counters.
You can do counters, pick an open section, and you can stamp different things, like some bananas there, and then do different things with them. Kids like to explore this stuff, and there's lots of different things you can do with it. It's pretty vast on the amount of information that's in your math tool chest. Media Center is a search engine for different McGraw-Hill media that's done with their textbook, not just math, but reading and social studies, science, stuff like that. As we go down to the activities, there's different activities. Kind of your mainstay here is what's called Fact Dash.
McGraw-Hill Mathematics presents Fact Dash. Click Go.
And then once you do that, you can go ahead and click whatever you want to work on. It's all broke down, and it will time you. It's kind of a not as quite as fancy version of like fast math or something like that. But it is nice, and they can access that at home, so that's kind of cool. Let's see. Each lesson will have some different activities. This particular one's called RoboWorks, and it's kind of one of the popular formats that they use. But you build a robot. I'll open that up and let you look at that. Takes a minute to load.
Welcome to RoboWorks, the universe's #1 supplier of top quality robots. I'm Spark, and I build my robots piece by piece from genuine recycled robot kits. Help me assemble some of my latest models.
Here's how you can help Spark build the robot. First, listen to Spark's instructions and read the problem on the machine. Then, click the kit with the correct answer. Move it to the robot maker. Then click again to put it in. Good luck! If you need to see how to play again, click the Help button.
Let's build some robots. Multiply. Choose the correct product. Click Me to hear the directions again.
Okay, as you can see, you can take there's lots of different ways to go with it, but it's pretty good with the instructions. You can take your answer, preload it.
Great! Another top quality product from RoboWorks.
If you get the right answer, of course, it spits out a robot part, and when you get all finished, then you have a robot and it launches off. It can be done a couple different ways. It's kind of cool because you can do this individually as a login computer lab, or you can do it on your interactive board as a class. And I kind of use it both ways, but it is fun, and the kids are pretty engaged with it. They think it's pretty fun. So that's kind of the activity section, and that does change. There's a bunch of different types of activities. Your virtual manipulatives, excuse me, is just that. It's kind of like what's going on with the math tool chest. You can pull up different counters, different things, rulers, all kinds of different things, and use those just like you would regular manipulatives you have in the classroom. Go down to the next section. This is probably the most used section that I use. It's called the Learn More section, and you have some different things in here that are pretty cool. The first thing is these sections on personal tutors, and I tell the kids when we watch these, I usually watch these in class. Once again, they can watch these on their own individually, but we can do it as a class or individually. The good thing to do there is, first of all, we'll just click on, let you look at it. And I say they're kind of a guest teacher that's coming that day, and they'll work a problem from the lesson, on the computer right there for the kids. So.
This is Mr. Wilson. Eggs. A restaurant ordered 8 dozen eggs. How many eggs is this? There are 12 eggs in 1 dozen. So our equation will have to be 8 times 12.
Okay, as you can see it, and it'll go completely through it, but it's kind of neat for the kids to be able to hear somebody besides you talk about some of the examples and lessons from the book. So they kind of enjoy that, and they have it seems like my kids have their favorites. So next one, also those are also done in Spanish, and those are helpful. Had an all Spanish speaking student this year, and those were very helpful in presenting those same lessons all in Spanish. One of the other things is general, it's kind of like that first lesson or the first example that they give in the text, and they come in these little green boxes, and you can kind of tell. That's how I differentiate them there, that you can tell them from the other lessons because they have the little green box. You click on that. You can also make that larger in a larger format so it's easier for the kids to view. And then it does basically your whole first example problem from your textbook, but it's done in a live media format. I'll give you an example.
Multiply with 11 and 12. One day a florist receives 7 orders for a dozen roses. How many roses does the florist need to make the 7 bouquets? There are 12 roses in 1 dozen, so you need to find 7 times 12. Think of 12 as 10 plus 2. So 7 times 12 is 7 times 10 plus 7 times 2. We can use an area model to show the product. Remember to write 12.
As you can see, you can stop there anywhere along the way and have a discussion, talk about it. If you use your interactive tools on your board, you can actually write over or annotate over the top of these, and it makes it an effective learning tool. But that is a pretty cool tool to have. And here's one of the kids' probably most favorite ones is some of the songs that they have. These sometimes take a little bit to load, but we'll load this one up and let you example for this example for you. And it's got a little media player down here, and you just hit play.
You know the rules. Now it's time to memorize those facts. You know the drill. And now it's time. Cause practice is where it's at. Say them loud. Say them soft. Repeat them without delay. Come on, come on. Sing along and clap your hands, and you'll learn the facts today. We'll start with 1 and move on up. Just follow as I lead. Up through.
And you can stop anywhere in there, but as you can tell, they're kind of modern sounding type songs, and the kids sing along and they clap along. So some of them have actions that you do, and some of the kids in my class go home and look them up and listen to them at home. So they really think those are pretty cool. The last section that you got is the online assessments, and your readiness quiz kind of emulates or is an example of what the readiness quiz is in the book. It's usually about 5 questions, but it can be done on an online format, which is pretty good because it can be accessed just anytime. And if you filled in all your answers, then you could push check it. Of course, it's going to tell them there are unanswered questions, but it'll go through and it'll score it for them, and it also they can put their name in there, so it does attach their name to it, and it can be printed. So that's that part. The self-check quiz is really similar to the mid-chapter book quizzes. They're kind of in the same format. You can kind of see how they work, emulating things from inside the textbook. The chapter test is just that. It is an online version of your chapter test, and so if you were in the computer lab and wanted to give all the students a chapter test right at that time, you could do an online version of that. Of course, you are going to need some scratch paper and space to work, but that is something that I have used before that does work well, and you can put your name in on that before it's done. And the test practice is kind of the last section of the online, and it is an online kind of cumulative mixed review of things throughout the book. There's, as you can see, it's not just the multiplication of 10s and 11s. There's other things in there. So it's kind of a spiral review, which this series is pretty well known for. But that's, in a nutshell, that's kind of some of the cool things about the Math Connects online. Like I said, it's all online. You can use this, of course, at school and at home. Like I said, some of the kids access it at home. They can use things like the Fact Dash or listen to the songs or play the games. And once they get going with those, they really kind of like them, and it draws them in a little bit and just makes it a little more interesting. So that's it for the introduction. And if you guys got any questions, feel free to email me, and we'll try to get you going in the right direction. Thanks for listening. Thanks for your time. Have a good one.